Two bags hit the wet stone outside the entrance, and the man setting them there does not look back once. Gerald straightens his jacket, points at the street. That is all. That is enough. Two boys stand in the rain, the older one, 11, jaw already set like someone who learned that flinching costs more than it saves, picks up both bags before Gerald can speak again. The younger one, 7, does not look at Gerald at all. He looks at the rain. Nobody in the street stops. Nobody slows. The city moves past this moment the way it moves past every moment that does not belong to it. Inside the lobby, through the glass door, a man in a gray janitor uniform watches all of this without moving. His name is Arthur Penn, 61 years old. He has been mopping this floor every morning for 8 years. His hands are rough now. They were not always rough. He watches Gerald walk back inside, jacket smooth, face already finished with what it has done. Arthur looks through the glass at the two boys. The older one stands with both bags, rain darkening the shoulders of a hoodie too thin for this weather. The younger one has moved to stand exactly one step behind the older one's left shoulder, not beside him, behind him. The position of a child who has learned that the older one is the safest place to be. Arthur sets his mop against the wall. He does not take his jacket. He pushes the glass door open and walks into the rain. He does not speak to Gerald, who has stopped walking and turned to watch from inside. He does not announce anything. He bends down, and the small brass key on its chain swings forward for 1 second in the rain-gray light and picks up the smaller of the two bags. He begins walking, not fast, not slow. The younger boy, Sam, steps forward immediately and follows. No hesitation, no calculation. Just follows, the way a very small and very tired person follows the first thing that moves with purpose. The older boy, Leo, does not move. He watches this old man in gray, soaking in the rain, carrying a child's bag like it has always belonged to him. And Leo runs every angle through his mind and finds nothing that makes sense. Sam reaches Arthur's side. He does not take the old man's hand. He simply walks close enough that their arms almost touch. Leo picks up the remaining bag, follows. He does not know why. That is the most honest thing he could tell anyone. The room is small. One window, one table. The kind of room that holds everything a person needs and nothing they want. Arthur gives them his bed without being asked. He spreads his own coat on the floor beside the wall and lies down. No explanation, no conditions. The rain continues. Leo does not sleep. He sits on the edge of the bed, Sam breathing quietly beside him, and watches the old man on the floor until Arthur's breathing slows and steadies. Then he moves to the jacket hanging by the door. He searches it. He is looking for food. He finds none. But in the inside pocket, folded once, worn soft at the edges from years of handling, a business card, plain, no logo, no address, just a name, a number, and 4 words beneath it. Penn Construction and Development. Leo turns the card over. The back is blank. He folds it, places it in his own pocket. He looks at Arthur, sleeping on the floor in his gray uniform, one arm folded under his head, the brass key resting against his chest on its plain chain. He does not understand a single thing about this man. That is the most suspicious thing of all. Rehook. He gave them his bed, his food, his floor, and his silence. He asked for nothing. He explained nothing. But 4 words on a business card are sitting in Leo's pocket. And some questions, once they arrive, will not leave quietly. Tomorrow morning, Arthur will be gone before the boys wake, back before they rise, and the place on the floor where he slept will already be clean. For 6 days, Leo watches Arthur the way a person studies something they are not sure is real. Arthur wakes before the sun. He mops 4 floors. He eats a small lunch alone in the corridor, sitting on the bottom step, with his back straight and his hands folded, and returns in the evening with groceries. Never extravagant, always enough. He does not explain his schedule. He does not ask to be thanked. Leo maps every movement. He is looking for the moment, the ask, the angle, the thing Arthur wants from this arrangement. Every adult Leo has encountered has wanted something. He waits for it with the patience of a boy who learned early that hope is a debt that always comes due. It does not come. Sam begins eating at the table instead of standing near the door. Small thing, enormous thing. On the 5th morning, Gerald passes Arthur in the corridor. He does not look at him. He speaks without breaking stride. The 3rd floor bathroom needs attention. The lobby window is streaked. Someone tracked mud across the entrance again. He delivers all of this the way a person speaks to a wall. Arthur says, "Yes, sir." He picks up his bucket. He goes. Leo is watching from the stairwell. His jaw tightens once. He expected Arthur to say something. The specific single sentence a person owes themselves when another person treats them as invisible. Leo has said that sentence. He has paid that cost and worn the consequences. He expected Arthur to say it. Arthur picks up the bucket and goes. This is more unsettling to Leo than the room, the food, or the floor. A man who swallows his dignity in private is one kind of man. A man who swallows it while a child watches from the stairwell, without shame, without performance, without even the small comfort of resentment, is something Leo has no category for. He does not like not having a category. On the 9th day, Sam speaks 2 words, not to Arthur, near him, to Leo, while Arthur sits at the window with his morning tea, both hands around the cup, looking at the gray city below. 2 ordinary words that carry the weight of a month of silence behind them. Leo does not respond immediately. His face does something it has not done in a very long time. Arthur does not turn from the window. He continues holding the tea. The city continues below him, but the corner of his mouth moves, barely, and he does not try to stop it. He simply lets it be what it is. That afternoon, Leo walks 3 blocks to the public library. He sits at a terminal in the back row. He types the name from the business card slowly, 1 letter at a time, and waits. The screen fills, articles, photographs, a man in a precise charcoal suit, the same pale blue-gray eyes, the same jaw, decades younger, unlined, standing in front of a building that reaches 40 stories into a clear morning sky. Award ceremonies, board meetings, a handshake with the mayor, a profile in a national business magazine, the headline calling him one of the most significant construction figures the city had seen in a generation. Leo reads one headline, then another, then he stops. He sits in the library for 40 minutes without moving. A man at the next terminal glances at him once. The boy's face is the face of someone standing in front of a door they did not know existed. Realizing, slowly, that it has been open the entire time, he walks back as the sun drops below the buildings. When he reaches the lobby, Arthur is mopping the floor, same gray uniform, same slow, steady strokes. The brass key on its chain swings gently with each movement. Gerald sits at the front desk. He does not look up. Arthur does not look up. Leo stands at the glass door and watches the old man mop the floor of a building he could have bought. He needs one more moment outside, with what he knows, before it changes every moment that comes after. He goes in. He walks past Arthur without speaking. He goes upstairs. He sits on the edge of the bed, and for the first time since arriving, he does not position himself between Sam and the door. Sam notices immediately. He looks at Leo. Leo looks at the wall. Neither of them speaks, but the room is different now. Something has settled in it that was not there before. Heavy and quiet and neither bad nor good, but real. Re-hook. For 11 days, Leo searched this man for the angle and found none. Now he has found everything, and it makes even less sense than before. A man walks away from an empire and mops floors. He carries one small brass key on a chain around his neck and has never once explained it. What that key opens, Leo will not sleep until he knows.